What y'all been arguing about?
Nothing. I ain't been home, nigga. It's been great.
It's been
I've been on the road, baby. I ain't nothing to argue about. When you gone all the time, you come back to love. You know what I'm saying?
I wrote a.
They finally miss you a little bit.
Yeah.
I wrote a short, kind of on that same wavelength, where I walk into the room and I was like, "Hey, you think if I'm nice to you today, do you think we can have sex later?" And she looked at me dead in the eyes. This actually happened. She looked at me dead in the eyes. She was like, "You really think you can do that?" And I was like, "We'll see." And then I just packed all my shit and just left for the whole day. Just left, come back 9 o'clock. It's time.
Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother. Oh, I feel for my brother. Feel for my brother.
Steady today. You know what I mean? We brought it inside. It's hot. It's hot outside. Decided to come inside, chill around the round table like Godfather.
Like men.
Yeah.
Pretty much we didn't
Men
have...
talk indoors.
Yeah. What is it on the couch, but the lighting was bad. That's awesome.
Men talk at the table.
When our women bring us our plates. That's why there's something here.
Toxic masculinity!
Oh my God. They didn't have any complaints last week, I don't think. I didn't read the comments like that.
They,
You know what's funny?
They complaining about something.
I think most women don't really care
About
about
what?
stuff like that. Stuff like that, like when you I think there's a movement of women, of course. But I think every time I'm traveling in Middle America and whether I'm doing jokes about certain things, they kind of just like, no, we get it. Like we understand. There's logic here. But then when you run into like some people that are so far left or whatever the case may be, you're dealing with them. They're the ones that are trying to make this movement a thing like that.
What movement? Like make a plate?
Or toxic masculinity, any of that stuff. It's like they make it like a real like aggressive, like this has to be stopped. Whereas some women is like, no, I want my man to be this way. I don't want my man to be over here or soft or not take control of certain things. Like that's.
But you know what it is though, honestly, it's and a lot of these movements are to optics. It's optics.
Mm-hmm.
I want to look like
You support
this because when I be talking to women, cameras off, nothing going. I wish my nigga would, but they don't be wanting none of that soft shit.
Yeah.
They don't be wanting none of it, or even what they deem as, you know, like I was talking to this one girl. She was like, I mean, get down how you get down. I guess her friend, she pegs her dude.
All right,
And she was like, no judgment, but if a nigga asks me to do that, I'm out. Cause hell nah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? And like, but that's me talking to her with nobody around.
right.
Now, let's say that situation got brought to light, blah, blah, they'd be like, hey, it's freedom, you know, but internally she like, hell no.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this stuff is just people not wanting to look like they're behind the times when it comes to, I don't care if it's parenting, I don't care if it's relationship, whatever, but a lot of people feel
Well, also
a way about shit and they just don't want to say it.
Well, the women's movement too is like women feel like even if women, I've seen videos when women are talking and they'll be saying something wild, and the other women on the panel are kind of just like, yeah, like because they just feel like they gotta support women in the sense of like the supporting of women. But it's just like, yo, if something's off to me, I'm like, just say, I don't mess with that. Just say I don't rock with that. That's how I look at it.
Most girls I talk to, they like when it comes to the plate making, they be like, okay,
Yeah.
like, I have no issue making my dude's plate. Like it's not.
Well, like why?
It's not an issue.
I think I remember I had that discussion before, and I was just like, yo, I was like, I know this. If you're around the women in my family and you don't make me a plate, they're not gonna look at. It's not gonna be me saying anything. They're gonna say something. They're gonna pull you to the side and be like, you must want to keep your husband. Sound like us. So it's just like.
I love that you said that. I'm doing this smooth shit today.
So wait, what the fuck?
I love that you mentioned.
Brother, you know what? I got my tea. Things soft as I'm not
gonna be toxic today. He gonna pull a Sterling. This nigga gonna come out, and then sure enough, like and then he.
I give Gary 10 minutes and then Doctor's gonna come out damn sure.
No, because I overheard a conversation. I was taking a shuttle back from LAX, and this girl was just like, I just want to make sure that he's treating you right, and that's a common question, but it's never followed up with, and that you're also treating him right.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
In their head, they always are. It's like they're never
Yeah,
doing anything
like
wrong.
no one ever is just like, and I just want to make sure that he's treating you right and that you're also sucking his dick, and keeping him satisfied. It's like it's always so one sided. Like there's no accountability, so all that pressure is just like on the man. And as it relates to the plate thing, it's like what is sort of the incentive of like making his plate for him? You know what I mean?
Right. If he's not doing this, I'm not doing that type thing. You mean?
But just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
You talking about from other women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or just in general, just like
why would it make a man's plate? Like what's the point?
Yeah. What's the point?
I think when it comes to, I think specifically, it doesn't necessarily mean at the house by yourselves. Like let's say if I'm cooking, I don't expect to cook the food, and then my girl comes and makes the plates, and then that doesn't make sense to me. I know we make the plates when I cook, and she makes the plates when she cooks. But when you're at a family outing, like a family gathering, if your girl's at your family's house, I think it's just like it's a tradition type thing. And I think these women right now are like they're trying to break a lot of old traditions, or they're saying they are. And so when they see that, they feel like that's like dehumanizing it a little bit, or they feel like it's belittling, it's some slave type stuff. And it's just like,
well, what's weird is they have no problem making their kids. You make plates for people. If my mom said get up and get, I'm gonna just get it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
People are just so.
So it's also optics though.
Oh,
like that's optics. The tradition of it is
optics. When I was
optics.
watching an episode of Blackish, she said they did an episode on that, and she said you gotta understand. One, like you said before, the guys used to do all the work and stuff. So
right, yep.
She was like, the least I could do is when he goes out every day and gets his ass kicked by the white man and his job. The least I could do is when he comes home, show you are loved. Here's your food.
Where my head, where my head goes with it. It's like, yeah, all that hard work that he's out there doing that overtime at the mill and at the factory and shit. I don't want his dirty ass hands around all the fucking food.
And it could be that too.
Dirty ass fingernails.
Right. Coal mine.
Yeah.
Coal mine.
Nigga come home black. Nigga, do not come anywhere near the kitchen.
Coal mine just for seasoning on
there.
But here's the thing. To actually, I saw a video online. They talked about that, and this lady was talking about how like she would make her child a plate before she makes her man a plate. Like. And do you agree with that? Do you think a child should get their plate before the man of the house?
No, I got me and my niece got into a heated argument over the holidays because I was making my plate. I came in early, and I didn't come in early, but I came in like a little prematurely, and I started making my plate. And she was like, "Damn, like hood, like she was like, damn, you just gonna get your food before the kids, like the kids." I was like. Yeah, because you niggas come in here and y'all start when y'all make a plate, you motherfuckers make a plate, and then you make plates for motherfuckers who ain't here.
Yeah. And
you make a plate, and you make your to-go plates. You do all this shit. You niggas do too much. Yeah. So I'm gonna make my shit now because I'm chilling. I'm light. And then also, she was like, "Yeah, I don't appreciate grown people making that." I'm like, "Nigga, these kids ain't gonna eat all this food anyway. Nigga, they can eat the last of. They ain't gonna eat that shit anyway.
They gonna play.
Yeah, they gonna eat a piece of everything.
Nigga, they not eating anyway. They don't need the finest, freshest, crispest.
She got kids?
Yeah, she had her daughter, and I want to make sure my daughter gets some.
Is she with her dude?
They got a situation. Yeah, I think
See?
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bruh. Nah, hell no.
But she's not all the way. And women who be all the way in.
That shit got me fired up, bro.
That was quick, nigga. That was real quick. Told you. I'm gonna put him my
nigga, that shit got me fired up.
It wasn't even 10 minutes, bro. Gary,
but we like hot, and I'm like, at one point, because I have an issue. I generally have an issue getting into heated exchanges with like.
With family?
Nah, with just like women I'm not fucking. I was like, what are this? It's like I'm not fucking you. I'm not about to be arguing with you.
Right. Nah, I think well, from what I've seen, it seems like the women who really be hard at that don't have that solid. Women who love their husbands, women who love they have zero issues with any of that shit.
Exactly.
Zero. The women who be like, my kids, because you don't fuck with that nigga like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
So the resentment comes from that energy.
Right.
Of that, like,
even if y'all together, you don't fuck with him like that.
Yeah.
Women who are like, this is my king, they have no issues with none of this shit.
Yeah.
Like none. So like, lady, if you don't like your nigga, just say that. Like, just
Well,
say
she don't
that.
like the nigga.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
she love the nigga.
Yeah.
You know.
Just
But
say that.
you indirectly are saying it with your energy. When I see that, I'm like, oh, you don't like this dude. Whoever, if you're dating a guy and you're like, I ain't doing that, I'm like, oh, you don't really like this guy.
Like that.
Yeah, and I just saw it as, that's just my niece. That's just a reflection that she just rah-rah, you know, all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, you just talking to be talking.
My kid, to me and Cody both be like, man, fuck them kids.
Well,
Yeah.
These
Bruh.
niggas will eat chicken nuggets.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Anyway.
And putting your kids first is always a dumbass thing. If you, like I said again, if you're in a relationship that you like and you work, them kids gonna leave the house one day, and then it's y'all two, and you've been focused on the kids your whole time. Now you got to refine each other. You don't even know each, because everything's about the kids first. And when you put the kids first, you fuck up your sex life, you fuck up your time, all that, because it's like the kids. Man, fuck them kids, send them away. And go hang out.
And I think that is something that mothers struggle with. Like, they love the kids too much, but dudes have the capacity to be like, no, I love you, you're precious. If anyone attempts to cause you harm, they are dead in the ground.
Right.
But also, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Like, we have the range.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the kid thing of feeding the kids first probably like dates back to like famine when motherfuckers didn't have any food.
But the thing is, you actually feed the adults first, so they have the strength to carry the load.
Right.
For everybody. Like, the kids don't need it. They don't need as much.
Right.
Exactly.
So like the reason why the husband get fed, one, because he was the provider or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if push comes to shove, I need to eat.
Because
Man,
I gotta
go take care
I
of
gotta
all
go back
you
to the
motherfuckers.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the kids don't eat much.
But then
like
also,
you said,
I
chicken
think
nuggets-
so. It's the same metaphor of like when the oxygen masks come out, and you know
They
get
say
the,
do
they
your
say
thing
do your shit
first,
first
and then
before you
assist
do your
others.
kids.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
was gonna say this too. I think at least the men can at least have that particular thing, because and everywhere else we don't go first. Like if the boat goes down, what did they say?
Women and children.
Women and children.
Right.
Hey fellas.
But
So
see,
give
that's
me-
just
so give me some
you know,
chicken.
you know what's funny though? That's probably just optics. Like if that shit actually happens, they're probably just like you're supposed to say women and children first. But if shit actually,
I think it is because they need the most help.
Right.
So like let's say, me and mine are hanging off a cliff. I'm the only one that can lift these niggas back up on the thing.
Yeah.
I can't save myself first. So I'm like, crawl up my back.
I
I'll hang here. Hurry up though.
would love it if it was just optics though.
Yeah.
The boat sinking. It was like nigga, fuck them bitches.
But here's the thing. I look at it like this too. If it's only women and children, and it's only them, y'all on the boat, and y'all get into some shit, y'all not gonna be able to really survive now. If you get into some shit where you gotta fight or do something, y'all in trouble. Y'all ain't got no men there. So I would say women and men, and a couple niggas here and there too. But like, don't just say women and children,
Yeah.
and then no men. It's just like it should be women.
But it be all the frail niggas.
Nigga, my bro.
The weak frail.
It should honestly probably be men first, or like some men first.
A couple niggas.
Yeah, a couple niggas
Couple
first.
strong niggas.
Yeah, couple strong niggas
Couple
first.
strong niggas.
No,
in the
because that
back.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Even
You
one
frail
thing,
ones in the
even
middle.
to help you get on, to
Yeah.
get everything situated, and we're on there, and then everybody else gets on. It's not like let's say you can have like 40 people on the boat. It should probably be at least 4 good dudes on that boat, and then everybody else gets
What do you
put
mean
on.
by good dudes? Like strong niggas
Like
or
strong,
good
like
niggas?
strong, nah.
Oh.
You don't care about good niggas. You think about good dudes. It's about strong dudes.
You know why that wouldn't work? Because niggas. Like if they said, alright, we need 4 niggas to get on the boat. Niggas like, I'm getting on that boat, nigga.
Or they were scrapping.
That's a war. That's a war. It's a
now
war.
all the strong niggas
Yeah.
are scrapping and nobody
So
gets
that
on
makes
the boat.
sense. That makes
Nobody
sense.
gets on the boat.
That's why it's women and children first,
Right,
because
'cause
niggas would kill
egos
each other
and
to get on the boat. There we go.
And also too.
Who said you get on?
Yeah.
Who put you in charge, bro?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
also too,
Everybody
Nigga, nobody
dies.
on the boat. Yeah, everybody dies.
Yeah. But also too, I think niggas too gonna be like, yo, 30 women on here, there's only 3 of us. Yeah, nigga.
That's where my
It's
fucking
like
sadistic
yo,
brain
man,
went.
I got more options now. It's like, hey man.
And then how do you pick the niggas who aren't the creepy rape guy? You
But-
know,
but
like in that
you
situation,
You just
it's
gotta
gonna
go
be that
strongest
good.
and just chant it. Because my whole visual is all the women and children are on the boat, and the boat washes ashore
Right.
into a village with a bunch of niggas. They're gonna rape all them women.
Yeah. Or
You feel me? So you gotta
everybody
have some
or
niggas.
get murdered, whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. If you watch them anywhere, even when it comes to survival skills, let's say nobody's on that island, but you have to find food.
Right.
The women are not going to be able to find food as good as a man. Let's just be
Right.
realistic here, because our survival skills in most cases are better than theirs. And then you're not going to want to send the kids out to get food.
That's hella funny though.
So it's like you gotta have. I always felt like that was a weird.
Hold on. What? Hold on. He's like, I can find food better than a woman. What qualifies you to say that, nigga? You ain't a
No,
Boy Scout.
No, no. Here's the thing. I remember. For me, well, fuck you, nigga. That's number one. That's number one. First of all. Second of all.
Like you just out here
Yeah.
shaving with a knife, nigga.
Yeah, you have the same skill set as any woman.
No. My survival skill set comes from a military dad. So
Okay.
a dad as a Marine where we camped a lot. We literally we had to camp, survive with just like a little military package.
So you have the
Having
experience.
fish. Yeah, I have a lot more experience than the average woman for sure, and the average man.
Okay.
So it's like that's why I can say that for me.
Okay, for you, got you.
But not for every guy, of course.
Right.
But
Because I don't.
Yeah, because I think it even comes to even the show Survivor, right? The show Survivor, when they always drop the men and women off, the men normally can do better in those situations, whether they're not necessarily as skilled. It's like most men have a primitive mindset, right? We can always tap into it. It might not be frontal in the sense of like, yo, this is how I live. It's like, yo, I gotta get it now.
When push comes to shove.
I could be an animal in this bitch. Whereas a lot of times a woman. Most women, they don't have that because they don't have to be.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how much time when the boat washes ashore are the women just sitting there crying like, oh my god, what are we gonna do?
Which is so irritating.
Yo,
unless it's
oh
old black.
gosh,
Unless it's
I
old
got
black
the boat.
woman. You see the nigga walk back into the water? Nigga? I ain't doing this shit.
Just walk back in.
I ain't doing this shit. This is fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
Like, did you see the video? Unless it's an old black woman is the only one that'd be chilling. Like, you see the video of where they thought there was a shooting in the airport? They thought it was like, the thing said the Mexican cartel, but something just fell over, and it sounded like gunshots, and people freaked out. So, this lady's like, oh my god, what I got? And this old black lady, like, grandma was like, sweetie, sit down. Like,
yeah.
shut up. Like, she really like, the girl's freaking out. But the only old black women would be like,
they've been through
honey,
shit.
calm down.
Yeah,
That's like, it's not that deep.
Yeah, any woman I feel like born in like the 70s and before, they're just like
is that a water hose? It's not. Then relax.
is that a German Shepherd?
Is that a German Shepherd? Yeah.
Down. Like, Jesus.
Damn.
So dramatic.
What y'all been arguing about?
Nothing. I ain't been home, nigga. It's been great.
It's been
I've been on the road, baby. I ain't gonna know you about. When you going all the time, you come back to love. You know what I'm saying?
I wrote
they finally miss you a little bit.
Yeah.
I wrote a short kind of on that same wavelength where I walk into the room and I was like, hey, you think if I'm nice to you today, do you think we can have sex later? And she looked at me dead in the eyes. This actually happened. She looked at me dead in the eyes. She was like, you really think you can do that? And I was like, we'll see. And then I just packed all my shit and just left for the whole day. Just left, come back 9 o'clock. It's time.
I've been gone with it.
We wasn't necessarily nice. You weren't there.
I wasn't there, but shit, I was pleasant.
Yeah.
Shit, I wasn't a headache.
Yeah. I mean, nothing. I guess nothing on my end. Same thing. You know, it's funny that you say that you've been gone. Like technically, my lady's been house sitting, so
she's been gone.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like I feel like it's on and off sometimes. Sometimes we have our good, sometimes we have our bad weeks. It's just
Yeah.
like most times.
Well,
I
was really just saying I was projecting that just so I can talk about my shit.
Yeah, man.
No, I was gone too, but I actually we had a minor breakthrough, and I realized that, and I've understood it for a while, but we're good when it's just us. Like, we're fucking good, which is why we're gonna get like a babysitter so we can start having like date nights, and like it's important to still date.
Cause fuck them kids,
man.
Yeah,
fuck them kids. But and all of our issues just come with parenting.
Yeah,
like everything is like parenting. But we had a breakthrough where we were having the same argument for like a year, and we couldn't and it was basically, how do I discipline him versus how she disciplines him, or teachable moments and all this other shit. But anyway, long story short, he was playing around on a chair, and I told him to put his foot down to sit in the chair. And normally he would do that if it was just me and him. But his mom was in the room. So he's like, I'm about to test it. I'm about to try him. So he kept teetering, putting his foot on the chair as though he's about to stand. I was like, bro, you do it one more time, I'm taking the chair. So he did it. I took the chair. He falls out. I goes in the kitchen. I come back. He's crying, for doing his thing and his emotions. I come back to find her holding him and comforting him.
We know it's funny. We're all on the same page. Like, nah.
At which point, so So we tried to have a conversation about it, but I felt like she was kind of trying to bullshit. She was like, well, I wasn't hugging him. So I'm like, okay, you get into semantics as though he can understand the subtlety of like, this is comfort, this is a lesson. But so I just went upstairs and I found that we've kind of known this unspokenly. Like, we have very good conversations and we resolve conflict really well if we just separate and fucking get on Facebook Messenger and just type a message.
I don't know why.
And it seems counterproductive. It seems counterproductive.
That sounds hella passive aggressive one. But
yeah.
to me, for what you were saying earlier before cameras rolling, if that tactic works, do that
For you,
shit.
yeah, if it works for you,
It's all
right?
about what works for you guys.
Because she has an issue with
Right.
the tone and the the volume and shit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just the cadence of it,
Right.
and then the
And
interrupting.
processing, like we talked
Yeah,
about before, processing in real
processing,
time.
yes.
So
Yeah.
it's some for them,
Yeah.
like me and Connie have great conversations when I'm on the road.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, this is how I've been feeling. This is what, and she can read all that. I'd be like, don't respond,
Exactly.
just read it. And there's no, you're not attacking me.
Yeah.
They can't in real life. They're just like, I gotta be on defensive,
Yeah.
and there's so much going on. And
Yeah, she just
Real quick, Gary. Why couldn't you text it instead of Facebook message?
because the text is too long.
Oh, okay.
The text, it breaks it up into like I needed her to read it uninterrupted in one long paragraph.
Got it.
So she read all of that,
Yeah.
and then she comes back with hers, and then we kind of can resolve things that way. But we came to the agreement where whoever does the discipline does the comforting.
Yeah.
If the comforting is called for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you said that, I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of like that. That makes more sense. Number one, and then two, like because it's kind
There's
of like
there's no good guy, bad guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't paint me to be the villain, and it
Right.
doesn't, and I don't feel undermined.
And then every time you do something, it's like I gotta go to mommy because daddy's mean type thing. It's like nah.
Exactly.
Daddy's still nice. He just did this, and
Right.
daddy still loves you. He's gonna give you a hug too, but like let me handle all that.
Right.
Yeah. So I remember we were talking about this too. Do you having a discussion about? Have you guys ever had a full discussion about? And I don't have children, so it's between. I guess this question for both of y'all. Have you ever had a discussion about parenting and how you want to parent, or you guys just like let's just do this shit and figure it out?
It's hard to have a discussion because situations vary.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like get a plan together for how you're gonna address
And you
shit.
ain't never had no kids, so you
Yeah.
don't even know what
You don't know
is
what's
gonna
to
be
come.
a thing or
Yeah.
what's gonna like. I didn't know how irritated I would get when she would come behind me and change their outfits.
Hold on, wait.
That used to irritate.
She would change outfits after you put them on.
So
Something?
like she'd be like, "Go get the kids dressed." And this is when Keelan was just Keelan.
Yeah.
So I would go get him some clothes, and I would come back and he'd be in different clothes, and I'd be like, what was wrong with? Did he spill? Did he shit? Why is he in different clothes? Oh, I thought this was cute. And her outfits were always worse. So
That's
I'm
what
like,
that's
I'm like,
my-
nigga, what do you?
So you
what do
dress this nigga worse than me?
Yeah, why'd you change? So there was one time I was like, if you do it, I'll never get him dressed again. If you're gonna keep doing this, you do it then.
Yeah.
Don't come behind me
Right.
doing this shit. So
Right.
then she stopped.
At least ask. They'll be like, hey, I want
Yeah.
to change the shirt or something.
Or
like
at
This is cute.
least voice like, oh, I had maybe you can put him on this or have
Yeah.
that shit out.
that. Yeah.
But then it was just like, what was annoying too is like, once I started, like, she left it on, she was like, you know what, I didn't like that when it laid on the bed, but on him, it looked, I'm like, nigga, I know what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be different if I was dressing your daughter. Like, I know how to dress this nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
You
that was
feel-
the thing for a second. But it's like, it was real quick. And then,
Yeah.
How's she been receiving lately? And how
we've
have
been
you been
so
receiving?
chill. Like I said, I've been gone.
Yeah.
So
it's been niggas all up in this house.
I can see the cameras. I can see the cameras.
Oh, you got the cameras
Oh,
running?
I always know who's here. So,
He's like, who is that?
Was the company over here?
of course.
Oh shit.
Oh, we talked about that the day after we shot that episode.
Yeah.
We talked about that day when we got home. I was like, after doing the show, I was able to process why I don't like this, that, and the third. Whether
Yeah.
it's my electricity bill, going, water bill, people getting my shit, people getting comfortable. So I had to explain all this to her. So she was like, basically came to a compromise where like this one friend that she really likes, she can come.
Yeah.
Everybody else, no, nigga.
Okay.
Okay.
No,
And that's fair,
because she was like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, that one person you don't even know like that. The other
Yeah.
person, I was like, this is the one. That's the one you get.
Yeah.
But
You get one
everybody,
friend.
everybody can't be.
Sounds
Like a buddy pass.
Yeah. And then I had to tell her, I was like, and the thing is, it's like, I had to tell her, like I said on the show, my issue with you too is you don't have people come by. Why they always gotta stay the fucking night? Why they could be here for the whole weekend? Like, nigga, if I have somebody come over, they come over for a few hours, we shoot the shit, whatever,
That is
they
a lot.
take their ass home.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Why are they
yeah.
staying here? So
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a thing too. And plus, like, and she said it, part of the reason she be wanting people over here too, because she can't do the kids by herself like I can. That's
Okay.
why. Because even when I used to leave town all the time, she would either take my kids to my mom's or her mom would fly in. Like, you can't do it like I can. And that's why. but I can't say like I do shit better than you. You know what I'm saying? But like that's.
But you do.
She was like, I need, I get to go do this, and I get help with it. She wants to do her shit, and she can't do her shit if I'm not here.
Women got hella errands to run all the time.
But I do all that's the thing, I do all that when I gotta do shit. Boys, get in the car. Let's they had a play date the other day, and the mom was like, I was like, all right, boys, let's go. We gotta roll. And she was like, oh, you take them with you when you like run errands and stuff? I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh. I was like, nigga, yes.
Yeah.
And I tell them, yo,
and that's what it is because you've established a level of control over them. And women just they're more feeling, so they like, they really feed into like what the kids are going through, and if the kids are fucking flailing and their tantrums and all that, they really give into that more than men. Men are like,
just how they handle it too. Like how do you be like, the kids were just
it's a lot for them.
And I'll be like, nigga, get the fuck out of my face.
It's a lot for them. Yeah, they absorb all of that.
What up?
Oh hell
yeah.
Speaking of, yeah, she done pulled up.
Yeah, your child's in the back.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So
get off our show, man show. Get out the house.
The account. We'll talk about it later.
You intruding.
What?
We'll talk about it later. Don't worry. It's fine.
So I was in her ass, right? I'm in it.
You heard what she just said? Don't look at the account.
Well, then don't look.
Wow.
I'm gonna look. I look every day.
Keon has to look.
You want to look right now?
I do. We're shooting.
We can shoot. Look right now. I want to see your eyes bug out.
Cut the camera.
Oh man. So yeah, we had a little breakthrough there. I felt good about that. And then I was talking to Keenan. What's the best way? Or we're still trying to figure out the best way for them to receive information without taking it. And that was one. The one tactic was just we're apart. We do a message thing. The other thing is I go in kind of like you when you're just like I don't want no problems like that.
Jokes, bro, they help.
I come in like I hate to say this. It really pains me.
That's funny. It's still funny,
hurt. I really don't.
She's
So
like,
now,
just
so now,
go.
so again, that's like,
Yeah.
what is it? Just what is it? And it really is
The
it's
humor,
disarming.
Man. The humor is there. It's definitely.
It's like, man, I just really don't. Never mind. She's like, what is it?
Well, I think
So she just begging for the criticism.
Well, I think too it goes back to what you guys we talk about plenty of times on the show, the tone. So when it's like now when your tone is coming in very light, coming in very even more playful in a sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, I don't feel like he's being aggressive and attacking me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it might be slightly passive aggressive, but it might not even be depending on how you're doing it. So
the thing is, it's not even passive aggressive. It's just like I really do just want to say this.
Yeah,
but I'm afraid how it's gonna come.
Exactly.
So let me just I mean this.
Yeah.
I definitely mean all of this.
But look at like if you're doing, if both of y'all are doing it even like that, your body language is more safer. Your eyes, your energy, everything seems kind of like.
Yeah, it's like
it's kind of like, hey, I'm just letting you know, instead of being like, yo, look, this is how now it seems like it's like, yo, he's coming at me, he's putting this like it's like
gotta talk slower, real
Yeah.
methodical. I was like, hey, I hate to say it, and she's like, just tell me what is it. It's fine. I was like, so when he's crying, and then you gotta go, and then you go upstairs. If you're gonna come back downstairs, because I know he wants you, and he's crying for you to come back downstairs, just. If you could possibly, maybe,
So you got to flinch.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna throw a flinch in there. The flinch. I don't know. All right.
You're so dumb.
I love it.
Hear what you're saying.
I love that.
Makes
I love that. Yeah. Just wait for him to stop crying before you come back downstairs.
Oh, okay,
so he doesn't think that it's his tears that brought him back down. Yeah.
And then
She won't give me the okay, but she'll just like.
It's coming.
She'll just like give it a little nod like. She's not gonna give me the okay. That's fine. I don't need the okay.
That's progress. Like,
yeah. I was like,
okay. The steps is all maybe actually. The steps and the acknowledgement is all.
That's all we want. We don't even. Yes, we just want to just acknowledge.
Because no one's gonna be fixed overnight. You're bringing two people from two different worlds, two different. No one's gonna be like, oh, I didn't know that's how you get down, or I didn't know that's how you. No one's gonna do that.
Yeah.
But if you just be like, oh, you made an effort.
Yeah.
Like a nigga who box out but don't get the rebound. But you
right,
try.
Right, you try.
Rather, if you just let him go and somebody get a titch match, you're like, bruh, but if you boxed out and the nigga just physically stronger than you, well, you tried,
Well,
you missed the block, but that's the time
Effort.
consumed
Effort
on
plays.
the other end,
We're talking about this in the car too, about just even also having the discussion about how your partner wants to be communicated to. About like actually being like, hey, how do you like to be communicated to where it feels like I'm not attacking you? Do you think a discussion like that should even be had? or should it just be like, yeah, just figure it out?
But we did it on. We've had that discussion, and we talked about that on here too. And the thing is that they don't know. They don't know how they want to be approached. They just know they don't want to feel a certain way.
Got it. Yeah.
They don't know the best way to approach it. They just, at the end, they don't want to feel like
they're attacked
or being belittled or being et cetera, et cetera.
So you're pretty much saying it's up to the man to figure out
it
tactic
out
or whatever the case may be.
And I'm telling you, them hands, them flinches, look at that shit. That shit is
right
effective.
It works.
I haven't done it, so I
You gotta try it, bro.
bro.
That shit fire.
It's funny.
I just wanna do a little dance. You gotta dance while you talk to her. I'm not being aggressive, but I just was thinking that, man.
But if it works, it's like
I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke.
You good? Hey, man, I don't
matter of fact, every guy in the comment section, every man in the comment section, try that with your lady. And let us know in the comment section if it works to where it kind of puts the guard down.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I want to know too. I think it's dope. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like, this is light.
fun.
Yeah. It's light.
I can see it also making the relationship fun. It's kind of like, look, and that's why I say, like, my girl and I, we always end up laughing at the end of our arguments anyways. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I think there's some of that there in a sense, at least towards the end of the argument, kind of just like, I just you know.
Yeah.
So I just want to see the other guys in there and seeing what happens.
What I'm working on right now.
Definitely got to throw a punch in there.
Yeah.
Especially if they do something nice, like they bring your plate, but you put the plate down. Oh, you said I didn't know you were coming.
I thought you were
I thought you were going to hit me with it.
Yeah.
You did this for me? Thank you. I'm so appreciative.
But
thank
do you
you,
think
sir.
if he did the same thing to you, because you know how sometimes we feel attacked too sometimes with our girls, we kind of talk to each other. We feel like, are you belittling me or whatever the case may be. What if she did the same thing to you? Would you be like, hey, don't patronize me?
No, I would die laughing.
You'd be
I would
laughing?
die laughing.
You'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I probably went up and like, you goddamn right.
yeah. That's funny.
have fun with it, yeah.
That's funny.
As long as you know, and don't forget it.
I saw this like little meme or whatever. It said couples stay together longer that make fun of each other, that roast each other.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys believe that?
I mean, you see them. I don't know how real it is, but you see them old ass couples. They talking to each other wild as hell.
Yeah.
Get your fat ass.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I think
it don't work, and then be married 7 years.
Yeah.
I think it alleviates any tension. Right. I think if you talk shit freely with each other, I think it takes away the tension and you just become more relaxed.
Yeah.
Anybody that you're comfortable talking shit to, you're just more relaxed around that person.
And I think also too, if you know it's just like a roast, like me and my girl, we take shots all the time at each other, but it's never anything.
What do you take shots about?
It might just be situations that she might have made, like a situation or a decision that she might have made. But I make sure I don't take, like, I might make fun of, like, you know, her head or whatever the case may be, like the size of her head from time to time. But it's like, you know, I try my, like, but she'll make fun of either my head or she'll make fun of, like, you know, when I shave my beard, she'll be like, yo, like, that's not the guy that I'm with. Like, I'm not with this guy.
When y'all met, did you have a beard?
Yeah.
Oh, you can never go back.
I shaved the beard one time. She's just like,
well, that's when you shaved your whole face, though. You look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You look like a dumbass.
I look like a straight Ninja Turtle when I shave myself.
You look like an idiot.
Even when I had the man weave, she's just like, I don't like this guy. I don't like the. This is not who I.
You're gonna have to. The only way you're gonna be able to do it is you take it down in like sections.
Right.
You'd have to go to like a 5 o'clock shadow and then a goatee. And then, like, you have to get her used to. Cause like every time I would make changes to my face or like hair, Cotty would have to get used to it.
Yeah.
So I'd have to make subtle like changes like.
But back to the roasting, I feel like in all the if you start making something about a real insecurity, like if you take a shot at either if you roasting your girl's weight or if your girl has weird feet, or if you have like, you know, something weird about you, whether it's your ears or whatever the case may be, that's where I think you could probably get a little bit crazy, or I guess it depends on your own boundaries. You and your girl might have boundaries where it's like, that don't bother us. I can make fun of my girl's weight because she knows she don't really care. She ain't tripping like that. I'll be like, shut up, fat ass, and she'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
I still call my girl Fat Mama Babe from when she was pregnant.
But she never minded that, or she?
No, she never minded it. And then, cause she's not fat. If she were fat, I would never say that.
Yeah.
You know. And I always like fuck with her, like, what you got in that belly? And I just play with her stomach. And you know, girls do not. They just naturally insecure about their stomach.
Like that. They don't like this. You
yeah,
do the arm
yeah.
You
but I do. She
the
don't
arm
fuck.
meat? Oh, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it does. I think roasting definitely keeps like
ham
that's why we
arms?
always use what?
The ham arms.
The ham arms. You smack that and it flat. It's like Nah,
That's because they never lift arms.
They don't do arms.
Stop,
All lower body.
Stop just lifting upper body. Just y'all go in there and do squats for 3 hours.
But girls still live in a mindset of like, I don't want to get muscular.
Yeah. They have no
They
idea.
think one workout, she gonna have Tina Turner arms.
So
It's
I
like,
did
bro.
a video on that about this girl who transformed her body by lifting weights, and it was a big thing on my page or whatever. So a lot of women have come back and be like, ever since I saw the video, I started lifting. My body looks way better.
Yeah.
Like, cause you lose weight faster for one, and you toning. They think, okay, I did a curl. Now all of a sudden I'm the Rock. That's not how this shit works.
Yeah.
And then what they deem, muscular is like, but then they'll see a girl like on IG and be like, "Ooh, I want that." Well, excluding the ones who's getting surgery, she's lifting weights.
Yeah, she's doing
That's why she
gotta do everything.
Yeah, she's
gotta lift
she's
weights.
doing a whole body workout, and it's just like, I mean, I think it depends. Like, so I like so many different body types, anyways. So it's like for me,
for men or women?
For like women, when it comes to like when I see women, I've seen women that are like fit. I'm like, dog, that's sexy. And I see women that are like a little bit chubby. I'm just like, I like that too.
I like it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are just sexy.
Yeah. So it's just like
sexy.
For me, at least for me, the spectrum is so broad, and like I'm not necessarily tripping, but so I'm like, yo, don't worry about if you do get a little bit toned, because I in all honesty, that shit is sexy to a lot of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't. Look who they double tapping on IG.
Right.
They double tapping on them.
But they be like, I still want to look feminine, right? But then after reading all the dudes' comments, they was like, oh, I guess. I was like, you just made some shit up in your head about what's feminine and what's not.
Yeah.
Like,
or a dude, because there's some dudes out there.
Every nigga in the world who watches a track meet be like, God damn.
Yes. For the most part, there's some dudes out there that is like, that is too muscular, but the majority of men don't mind that at all. They don't get it. Yeah. But yeah, I think roasting does help out. I think roasting does definitely keep your relationship fresh. And I think people just love laughing.
Yeah, just playful.
This is playful. Yeah.
I wanted to, because we were talking about in the car too, when you were saying how you deal with like not like a breakup, but like a thing that is kind of gone left and it's kind of fading.
Yeah.
Like trying to rekindle, or trying to a resurgence of sorts.
I guess we're talking about two different things. We're talking about we're talking about like if somebody did you dirty, like how do you react to it?
How do you react to it?
And it's just like for me, if you did me dirty, I'm a type of person that like I will lose all contact with you. There's no like, well, I'm sorry, let's talk about this. It's just like there's nothing to talk about. You're gone. You're dead to me. Like I'd rather not. And I remember you was just like, nah, I think I'm a little bit like, I want to let you know. If you just say she cheated, I want to let you know that I know. And then I might stop talking to you, and I agree with that.
And that's
too.
the thing. I wouldn't even stop talking to a person.
Yeah.
I would normally just like downgrade the relationship. So if it was like something where I don't know, whatever it is,
Yeah, we're serious.
it would just if we were something, then
You already smashed now.
Yeah, now we're delegated to just smashing. That's it. That's all we do. There's no hope for the future of a future thing or whatever, but. Yeah, typically I'm just like, all right.
There's no working out. What about you? Would you try to, if done dirty, do you think you work anything out?
Well, give an example of done dirty.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I guess cheating is always the thing.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like I don't know if we were on rolling when we talked about it. Who matters to me? Who matters? Even when I was single, like who you let into your body matters way more than how many times you did it.
So it's not that you cheated; it's who did you cheat with.
But
So,
I'm just keeping it buck. Like if you like, I'm like, so really? And then, well, who was it? Idris. Well, nigga,
okay.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
Did he treat you right?
Yeah, I mean,
Was it the level of what you think? If she, what if she goes, it wasn't even that good? Would you be like?
I'd probably be like, that's what you get.
You deserve some terrible sex.
Now, excuse me, where's the shot?
So what does that say to like your own confidence? Why does whoever she's with, even in just when you were dating, like the women, you said you don't care about the number, you care about the quality.
Like when dudes be like,
why is that so important to you?
Because I'm just like, you have that kind of power. You're letting somebody enter your space. Your actual person, actually.
Yeah.
And if you just let any nigga do it, then I mean, I ain't.
But she
I
saw
ain't shit.
something.
I ain't, nah, man.
She saw something.
I'm like, yo, because like a girl, honestly, like dudes be like, what's your body count? A girl could literally tell me I've had 50 dudes.
And she's bad.
But if it was 50 Brad Pitt, Trey Songz, Idris, I'd be like, well, nigga. Yeah. All right, but if she had 7 Lil Wayne's and Flavor Flavs, I'm like, nigga,
out of the 50 or 7, that's what he said.
I'm like, you don't. No, I'm saying like she could have 50 bad ones or only 7.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, you'll just let anybody.
Yeah.
Cotty.
when I be like, you'll just let anybody. To me, it just be like, there's nothing special about this. Because you just let anybody do it.
But you had a personal experience and interaction with her, and you built
that means you think
chemistry.
I'm like one of them niggas. Like, nah, man.
No, you are a standalone. You're
And
an individual.
I shouldn't be the best person you fuck. Like, that's what I feel. I shouldn't be the best.
If I'm at the top of that,
that's
like,
pretty bad.
Yeah.
I should not be the best person.
Body count to me is so dumb, especially if a chick is bad. If a chick is bad, I'm just like, yo, I expect you to have an enormous body.
Everybody's shooting.
And then I expect you, even if you're not that attractive, but you got a hella body, or even if you're not that attractive, you might just let dudes hit because that's what you feel like how you connect to dudes. It's like that's the only way I can kind of get a dude's attention is to have sex with them. So I don't necessarily, when I was in my early 20s, I felt like body count was like, damn, 25, 30 dudes, and now it's like, I don't like. I don't even ask anymore.
I fucks with body count. I'm a body count dude. I'm toxic. I'm a
Still-
body count.
still to this day?
I'm a body count nigga.
What's high? We'll be high.
I would say because
at our given age too.
Yeah, at our age.
Okay, and you know what body count says to me more than anything? That you haven't had any serious relationships. And if you're bad, niggas should want to wife you. If you're bad. If you are bad and you haven't had any serious relationships to where you had a long-term monogamous relationship for an extended period of time, like that says something about like your level of crazy and your incapability of keeping a nigga. I'm always trying to marry.
Yeah, I don't even.
If we just, I don't just see a woman as an object. I'm always trying to connect, just like when we were talking about like how women can be aggressive, like aggressively talking about sex with me, like on a first interaction of like what you gonna do to me or what you can do or what I can do. That stuff is like it just throws me off. I'm like, nah, I want to have like a real intellectual conversation with you.
It depends. Like, if we're just smashing, I don't care about intellectual conversation.
Fuck all that.
I don't care about your degree.
Yeah, I don't like
you're just smashing. I don't care about none of
I like to talk. I like to talk.
But I mean, that's an interesting point actually. For you just say to be like, yo, if you had this huge number of body count, it shows me really that you don't have any space in there where you probably had a space where you had a long-term relationship.
Right.
I never really looked at that from that angle at all. To be honest with you.
Unless you just fucking niggas weekly, like I was in a 5-year relationship and then I fucked 80 niggas in 6 days. You know, unless that's the case.
Now that I be thinking about too. Like there was only one girl where I judged her body count, and it wasn't the number. It was in the time frame that she did that number. They went to a point where I was like, I wasn't even like disgusted. I was like concerned.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even like, ugh, you a hoe. I was like, you alright?
Yeah. What are you going through?
Yeah. What's
like
why are you doing like that?
Yeah.
You for your age.
I would have to do that.
Hold on, I got a question though. Hypothetically, does the body count reflect how she feels inside, or how you feel inside of her? Does the body count do any? What I'm asking, does the body count do anything to the vagina, to the walls?
If you know she's had 100.
No.
Not my experience. But I mean, I would judge if it was a dude. If a dude was like, yo, I smashed like 60 girls in like 15 days, I'd be like, fam, are you okay?
Right.
That's wild.
You might have a problem.
You might have a
Do you know how
problem.
many girls you smashed? That you fucked? Do you know how
Total?
many girls? Yeah.
I lost count somewhere. I lost count like
Do you know?
Like
No, I don't know.
like 40, 50, something like
Because
that.
we've done this.
Yeah.
You know good damn well.
Yeah.
Like, we did this way long time ago. You was like, I got that. I was like, nigga, I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
I stopped, cause at a certain point, I'm just like, I was trying to remember, and I was like, yo. And then I was like, wait. Then I come back with days later, like, yo, her. And I kept remembering. I was just like, I ain't gonna do this.
See, and that's what happens when you just have very surface sex with people.
Exactly.
But when you form intimate bonds
That's
in
true.
relationships
That's
with
true.
people, you remember.
And
them.
I didn't care that.
Yeah, I didn't want to remember.
I'm judging.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
judging
care.
you niggas
That's
right
fine.
now.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
judging.
I got no shame in it.
Like I mean, like I said, at a certain point in time, I stopped that though. At a certain point in time, I also was just like, all right, I gotta stop having just a bunch of meaningless sex. Because one, I'm having sex with these girls that are catching feelings, and I was like, I already know, and even though I already told them that there's no feelings on my end, it doesn't matter what I say. If I'm still being intimate with them, a lot of times they're thinking that there's a possibility because I keep coming back, we're having sex. I'm a cuddler. So I might cuddle with you.
Post cuddling.
Post cuddle. And then now you have to think like, maybe he's kind of, come to my side a little bit. It's just like, no, I just like to hold sometimes.
Yeah,
time to time.
that's interesting. I hooked up with a girl once, and after we finished, she like got up and was like getting ready to leave. She was like, I know, I'm gonna leave, and I was like, damn, who have you been fucking with? I was like, you can stay. I was like, you can stay, like it's fine.
And
She just knew the routine though. I was like, oh shit.
And there's been girls where I like, remember this girl literally after we finished, she tried to lay up on me and I kind of slid from under her, and then I was just like, I remember even after I did that, I felt like a piece of shit, bro. Cause she was just like,
she should feel like a piece of shit for doing that.
that's horrible.
She should feel like a piece of shit for putting you in that position.
That's right.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think on both ends. In that sense. But like, I did kind of feel bad because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's a human element to all of us. But I was just like, bro, I was like, oh man, like she at least deserves to put her head on my freaking arm for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
After what she just gave me,
right?
Why not, man? Like,
yeah.
Why not?
That's why I never got annoyed with the like, the girls who after
what
y'all.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to leave.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get it back. I'm really sorry.
Oh, we got right.
Oh, it's fine.
Maybe take a minute break just so I can.
No, we have to. We're done anyways.
Yeah, we're about to do that.
You're just being nosy.
I'm not being nosy.
What's up? What's I about to say?
So I took all them bitches to the.
Fuck, I ain't heard of
No, we gotta go anyway. You gotta do it, bro.
Yeah, 11:25.
Oh yeah. That food should
where
be
you
here.
Oh, we're doing. I guess by the time this drops, I will be.
Drop Saturday.
Drop Saturday. I will still be in New York. It'll be the last shows in New York. I think the Saturday shows are already sold out.
Yeah.
So the Saturday shows I think already sold out in New York. We still try to come through and just stop by, say what's up. Caroline's, New York. I think the Friday shows are still going, but yeah, y'all be getting used to it.
I'll be at the Laugh Factory Sunday, and then but the 24th through May 1st, I'll be in Vegas, LA Comedy Club. So get your tickets for that. Come out to that.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
I don't remember the date for the other single shows that I have. I'll get to the next podcast.
We're not sponsors.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Niggas be hungry. You know what I'm saying? And
you can sponsor this podcast now. I guess this is somewhat of a podcast or a show. You can sponsor this show at some point.
It is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
all right.